I thought I'd do a quick video on the pressure control system of an I30N, or breathing as it were. Now we've got our neutral breather, which just goes to the intake. Then you've got the pressure control valve, which operates through the vacuum from the inlet manifold, and that allows it to breathe nicely when it's idling. It's on our track car, which gets hammered like no tomorrow, and it doesn't have any breathing issues, doesn't blow smoke. It's quite good. These are good engines. They don't generally need a catch can. Catch cans are good for good preventative measurement, but when they do that, you need this to go out and come back to here, and this to be separate to go out and come back to here. There needs to be two separate units within one catch can, just to allow that to have vacuum for the PCV to operate. Now this one, we haven't felt the need to have it. It had a catch can on it which was set up incorrectly, and it was causing breathing issues which almost fried the rings. Fortunately the car has become healthy since then and still runs healthy as now. This is another car. This is how our car was. You had this going to the catch can and this going to the catch can, but this blocked off. And the issue with that is, by not having that vacuum source, the pressure control valve doesn't actually work. So this is a waste of time. You may as well block that off. On this car, I don't know if it was like that on our track car, I can't remember, but this pipe is kinked. So that's how it was, and I don't personally agree with this. If you had that going to a catch can and coming back to this vacuum source, that going to catch into the vacuum source, that'd be far better, but it's not good, and I don't. Well, I'll check out how this PCV is operating, this little valve here, but on our car it had failed, and I put a new one out. On this, I am going to put a new pipe, and the PCV valve, which is in the bag there, new one there. So we'll put that on here. In theory, I could just block this off and keep this pipe and this pipe so the catch can still operates, but we're going to remove that anyway because that's what they prefer. Alrighty, PCV, new pipe in, trim that pipe because I couldn't get that pipe from Hyundai, put some DBA brakes on it, and that's catch can gone. Happy days. I'll tell you what catch can it is in an I30N, but that's not all oil, that is pretty stuff. The combustion leak test is good, the rings seem to be good because the compression test. So I just wanted to quickly explain the disgusting water that was in that black tub. This is what was in the catch can, only 4,000 kilometers to accumulate what was in that catch can. Now this is a 5 litre bottle, so there's at least, close to a litre, if not a litre, in that catch can. Now the bottom bit is moisture, water, which is caused by the engine just not being able to breathe, and that, the theory of condensation, all that crap. The top bit there is like just cream sludge, which is an emulsification of the water and engine oil. So it was catching some oil also. It's quite disgusting, but the problem with this moisture, and it stinks of fuel too, is that's coming past the piston rings. And if that fuel vapor is getting past the piston rings, it means the oil is not sealing the cylinder walls or the piston rings, and that's when you start to have trouble. So I thought I'd explain that. So to conclude, now that this is open and operating through that vacuum, not all the pressure is leaving through that pipe there, so there shouldn't be as much oil running through the system.